How are we feeling? How are you feeling? Tell me how you feel right now.
Shout it out in your car if you're listening. That started really fucking intense. I don't know if it needed to, but it did. It's what I needed, if I'm honest. I was feeling a little I don't have the energy to be funny right now. And then I was like, just overcompensate. Just right off the bat. And then we'll see if that makes anyone laugh. And if it doesn't, just point a whole bunch like this. Really get intense with it. And really try and lock up every time you do it. But yeah, I'm feeling kind of a little low energy. Just had a long, tiring week, turned 29. Started doing some like circuit training exercises because I've been feeling like a need to not look 87 years old at 29. Like I don't want to have that, like, you know, that kind of like stooped back, like, and that sort of like shuffling walk. I could feel myself starting to turn into my grandfather, and I was like, this is not good. I loved him dearly, but I don't want to be him yet. Soon, I would say, like, you know, I could maybe start acting like a 92-year-old when I'm 32. So I got 3 more years of acting my own age, and then I'm going to be out on my lawn shaking my cane at whippersnappers. I'm going to stop keeping up with any new sort of lingo, any new nomenclature, if you will. I'm going to just refer to everyone how they were referred in my childhood, which just, I think, I grew up in like the Mean Girls era, so that just means I'm going to call everyone slut a lot. Sup, slut? Dudes, old people, children. I'm going to be at my cousin Timmy's birthday party. He's turning 8. He's blowing out the candles, and he's like, whoa, I'm having fun. You know, childhood joy. Ah! And I'm going to come up and be like, calm down, you slut. And he's going to cry. And then I'm going to get kicked out of another 8-year-old's birthday party for calling him a slut. And I'm like, hey, I'm not saying, hey, I don't think slut's a derogatory term. I'm not a slut shamer. You guys, if you think it's derogatory, then that means you're a slut shamer. You're not as woke as me. So, and then I'm saying that as their DJ Jazzy Jeff throwing me out of the window. And I'm like, I'm sorry, I didn't realize slut was offensive. I thought we were reclaiming it. I thought, all right, if you think, I guess if you want to raise your 8-year-old in a sex-negative household and give them a whole bunch of fucking trauma they gotta deal with, and they gotta unpack that so they can have meaningful sexual relationships in adulthood, which I shouldn't keep talking about sexual relationships with 8-year-olds. All right, that's fair. Yeah, that's fair. You don't want to get boxed into that. That's how you get cast in Army of the Dead, and then edited. Just painted out, finger painted out. But yeah, I've been working out, did 2 circuit training things. I threw up after both of them, which is fucking nuts because I did like 2 circuits of like 5 exercises, like not very much exercise at all. And I was like, oh, just yarfed everywhere. And so yeah, I'm gonna die pretty soon, I think. I think I've maybe got 6 to 8 months, the doctors say. Anything after that, they're like, honestly, if you live to see September, that's going to be one of it. I've been a doctor for 37 years, and I've never seen someone throw up after 2 10-minute exercises and make it to the following September. Even if I saw them in August, you're on your way out, my friend. And then I threw up all over him because I just, you know, when I get anxious, I have an upset tum-tum. But no, it felt good, like throwing up. I'm a big fan of throwing up. It's the number one thing I miss from drinking is throwing up. I used to drink until I threw up when I was like, but not like before. When I quit drinking, I was actually like pretty moderate in my drinking, but when I was, 19, I would just drink until I threw up, and that was my signal that I'd ended. That was essentially the money shot of the night of drinking. Is like, as soon as that's what I need, is I need a cue of liquid shooting out of my body to tell me when I'm done. So that's how. Otherwise, I would keep on pumping when I'm when I'm with the ladies. I'd keep on fucking if it wasn't for cum coming out of me. And I'd keep on drinking if it wasn't for yarf coming out of me. And that's, I've found that for working out. A lot of people would think you finish your workout when sweat comes out of you. That's the exercise. Not me. It is vomit. It's when I finish yarfing. Because I've just kind of essentially tried to replace drinking with exercise. So I get pretty turned at the gym. I walk in and I'm like, who's ready for a couple shooters, eh, boys? Woo! Woo! I love this song, turn it up! And it's just like elevator music. Dum, 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 dum. It's just Meghan Trainor, which is all that plays in any gym. I made you look, and I'm like, woo! Let's get fucking going, boys! I turn into Yosemite Sam when I go to the gym. I bring my pistols. Woo! And other gym goers don't love it. There have been a lot of complaints. But my dad owns the gym. I don't know if I've ever mentioned that, but my dad is a gym leader. I'm like Pokemon. My dad's Rock from Pokemon, and he owns a gym. And it's mainly just rock. As I think about it, it might be a quarry. I assumed just because there was rocks everywhere that it was a rock-type Pokemon gym, but as I'm thinking about it, it might just be an abandoned quarry. One time I found a body in there. Execution style. It had been dumped, a bag over its head. And then I didn't tell the authorities. I just got together a bunch of my childhood friends and we went and poked it with sticks, and it was kind of a nice bonding experience for us. Real Stand By Me type moment. I lived in a Stephen King novel for the first 18 years of my life. So, I had to fight some clowns, had to have an orgy with my friends to remember that clown, because that's what happens. I don't know if you know that in it. I think all the kids at the end of the story have an orgy with each other in the cave, so they'll remember that killer clown attack. Which is a funny premise to go like, yeah, no. I'm worried that we're gonna all forget that we were just terrorized by a killer clown for a whole summer. But I know something that we'll never forget. Like, that's so... One kid in there was a real fucking creep. He somehow managed, or I think it might be the girl who suggests it, but like, in which case, that girl is good for her. Good for her. I'm not here to slut shame 8-year-olds. But that girl, yeah, I think what happened, I think she suggests it. She's like, hey, I'm worried we're all going to forget this killer clown. Which, no, you're not. Of course you're not going to forget that. She's like, but if we all have sex with each other, I think we'll remember it. And you know that it was just 5 15-year-old boys going, yeah. Forget the killer clown. I feel like I'm forgetting him already. Let's get into this plan before we think about it too much more. Ending things is hard, I think. I've found it true of every relationship in my life, and Stephen King has found it true of every novel. It's just like, you know what? Sometimes you don't know how to give something a satisfying end, so you just give it a period. You just give it a ... To be continued. If you know what? Let me just put a pause on this novel right here. We can release it. If I come up with some more shit, we'll do a sequel, and then we'll just pretend it's part of a saga. That's what every, saga, Lord of the Rings, Harry Potter, the Stormlight Archive, any one of those sort of, series, that's just that author got to a certain point in his novel, 1,000 pages in, and was like, I don't know how to end this, but I am hungry, and I need food on my table, so I need to start selling some novels. To be continued. And then they were like, I'll figure it out. And then 13 novels later, they were like, and then Harry's kids went to Hogwarts, ... That is truly what happened, is she just kept kicking the ball down the field. The end of every Harry Potter novel is just her punting. And then after they were done, she was like, and then the kids go to Hogwarts, ... And next year, I'm always waiting for what were Harry's kids' experience like? Because, like, if your dad, not, like, he saved the whole wizarding world, but he specifically saved it at a school, and then his kids went to that school. Like, are those kids just walking, like, they walk in 20 minutes late to the headmaster's, speech, and he's like, I'm in the middle of addressing the student body, Mr. Potter. And he goes, yeah, shut the fuck up. My dad saved this whole place. So how about you keep it going, don't make eye contact with me, or else I'll call my dad in here and he'll do you like he did Voldemort. What are you looking at? Kicks over someone's chair. These kids are just walking in like Stone Cold Steve Austin to every single thing. Just, what? Huh? Just ignorant. Just, I hope so. Like, can you imagine if Harry Potter's kids were also like heroic and brave? They're not going to be. Like, that's the circle of life, is like, you live under a staircase and you don't have any parents or any friends, and you save the world. That's not usually what happens. You live under a staircase, you don't have any parents, you don't have any friends, and there's an attack on your school. You're not defending the school, you're the attacker. But Harry Potter defends his school, breaks the system. He's a real disruptor that way. He then, he becomes a wizard cop, and he just gives parking tickets for like 30 years. And then his kids, he's like, oh, you can't park your broomstick here. And he's just got like a little uniform, like, it's gonna be an $80 fine. And then he's like, I peaked in high school, but it's okay, I'm still a cool dude. Do you think he's gonna like raise his children well? He's a guy who peaked in high school and then became a meter maid for broomsticks. Like, he's gonna be an asshole to his kids. He is going to fuck them up so bad. And those kids are gonna come to school and they are gonna take that out on everyone else. Because they have like a huge inferiority complex because their dad is Jesus, and he rose from the dead. Their dad is literally Jesus who beat Wizard Hitler. Like, that is not, you're gonna have a complex. Look, he has a family of Chet Hanks. These kids are gonna walk into Hogwarts just doing Jamaican accents. A big up, man. Oh, it's a me. I do whatever accent I want. It is me, Giuseppe Potter. They were raised in Italy. Because at one point in their marriage, like Harry and Ginny, Harry was like, I just need a fresh start. I can't look at another meter maid. I need to go where people ride flying Vespas. And so they moved to Italy so he could get a break. But he still like sent his kids back to Hogwarts because he was like, oh, the old stomping grounds. Oh, Severus Albus Potter, you're gonna love the old stomping grounds. And this is Dobby Potter, my other son. And yeah, because of course, like they moved away so he could have a different life, but because he peaked in high school, he has to make his kids have his life. So he's just like, yeah, get in there. Yeah, you know what? See if the old teachers remember me. You know what? You ask old Professor Trelawney about me getting her job back for her. See what she has to say about that. I think she'll have a laugh when she's remembered how a small child saved her from being unemployed. I think that dark moment in her life, she'll find that as fun and reminiscible as I do. I think for sure, probably, but maybe not. I don't know. My social skills are a little inept. I peaked in high school. But yeah, you can't park here. Did I mention Harry Potter? He just like waits around. His quotas on parking tickets are terrible because he waits around at every one. So like he can like talk it up to, oh, you know what? Well, hey, what would happen? They're like, can you just give me a break on this, man? I was at a job interview. I didn't have money, and I'm going through a tough time right now financially, and I just cannot afford to have a speeding ticket. I need you to help me out on this. Please, please, officer. And he goes, what happened if I had given Voldemort a break, huh? What happened? Tell me that. What would happen if Voldemort came into Hogwarts to kill everyone and take over the wizarding world? What happened if Harry Potter gave him a break, huh? What happened? Oh, you'd all be enslaved by Wizard Hitler? Alright, well then, I'm gonna give you this ticket and get a fucking job, you bum. He's just like a fascist. He's just become Wizard Hitler. But of parking tickets.